Hey, social media fans, this is your boy Jay, and you listen to Conversation with Jay. This show is about having real conversations about life and sports from a fan perspective. So if you like the show, follow me on Spotify. Today I have Candice Khaos Cox. I'm a real fan of yours, so I had to get you on the show. How you doing?
I am doing amazing. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing good. I have a question. What inspired you to be a therapist and wanted to help people with mental health?
So just being 100, my brand is Chaos, Khaos,
Right.
which stands for Keep Healing and Overcoming Struggles. And I'm a chaos kid. Like, life happened to me growing up, and I used to be the CHAOS chaos, the can't help acting out severely chaos. And that wasn't working for me. I almost got kicked out of college for fighting, like all of that stuff. And so like I had to make a shift and change in my life. And once I made that shift and change in my life, I recognized the importance of, as I call it, urbanizing mental health and mental wellness. And so from there, I was like, if I can do it and I can make the changes, anybody can. So let's get it out there.
That's what's up. So, question. So, how is it important to have a real conversation when it comes to mental health? How is that important?
I mean, it's very important because if you think about it, I always say, if you're not mentally well, you're mentally ill. Same as if you're not physically well, you physically ill. But we will have those conversations about, I don't feel good. We'll have those conversations about something's not right in my body. And we'll have those conversations about something is hurting in my teeth or something. And you'll go to a dentist or a hospital or a doctor, if those things is going on. But if you wake up and you so depressed, you ain't got the energy to pull yourself out of bed, either you going to talk about you or somebody else going to talk about you.
Man, that's
And so it's like, because of that, we have to start having those conversations because I struggle, you struggle, we all struggle. So let's talk about it. So it's not such a taboo thing and we can actually do something to start healing.
Man, that's what's up. Like since I got older, I realized that's important because I'm like, me and my father act just alike. We hold stuff in and we in here come out at the wrong time. But lately,
blow up.
Yeah. So now, since I got older, I realize it's important to have a therapist or have somebody to sit down and talk to.
Very much so. Because you got to think about it. We learn how to do everything else. You learn how to tie your shoes. You learn how to drive. You learn how to read. You learn how to write. You learn how to play sports. But don't nobody teach you how to deal with your emotions. When you in school, think about it. When you get into it with somebody, what they do, they punish you. When you a kid and you growing up, if your parents aren't emotionally intelligent and they don't know how to deal with their stuff, they punish you for how you feel. They don't teach you, or provide you with the spaces to learn. Think about it. So it's good to go to somebody that can teach you how to deal with your emotions, teach you how to communicate and how to process stuff. Like, you got to learn or you ain't going to know.
That's true. Speaking of that, are you a basketball fan?
I am a basketball fan, actually.
Okay, cool. So what is your favorite team?
So, like, look, don't talk bad about me. Don't talk bad, but I'm still a Heat fan.
I understand. And why is that?
Well, I'm a Miami Heat fan because I just love the core of the team. Like just being 100. I just love their work ethic and everything else. Now, behind me being a Miami Heat fan, I'm a Steph Curry fan, though. Let me just be 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do, and then from me, being from STL, you know what I mean? I got to be like, all right, I got to tell you that I like the Celtics, I got to say it.
So, I tell everybody on the show, I'm a straight up Laker fan. I don't care if Justin Tatum was on the team. I will always be a diehard Laker fan. Like, but every shit, I was rooting for them to lose, but hoping he'll win so I can say from St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of funny.
We from the Lord, we proud. So
exactly.
We got to support anyway,
Okay, speaking of that, so have you been keeping track of all the stuff that's going on with the young players in the NBA?
Yeah, I have.
And what you think? Like,
baby.
Like, we'll start off like, what you think about the John Morant incident? For him, like, hanging out with his friends, and his friends, like, influencing him instead of him being a leader and all that stuff. How you feel about that?
And so here it is. You got to be 100. Like, I talk about it, my experience with going to college. I was academically prepared to go to college, but wasn't emotionally ready. Same things with these young athletes. They may be, they may be physically ready to go into, the NBA. They may be physically ready to go into whatever sports league they go into, but they may not be emotionally ready. And so, and also understanding that the human brain doesn't finish developing until, they used to say 25 for females, 27 for males, but now they just say 28 across the board. And so, like, Ja, his brain ain't even developed yet.
Right.
And just because he's been moved into a leadership position don't mean that baby know how to be a leader.
That's true.
That's being 100. So it's like, I feel like we as a community, we as, just the environments, period, we have the mindset where we put unrealistic expectations on these babies. We expect for them to know stuff that they ain't been taught. And it's like when you follow Ja, you go back and you look at his mama, she be wilding out too. Like just being 100. Yes. And so honestly, that baby is a product of his environment. Like he literally, my thought process is, and like I love to be able to be a consultant or to be a therapist or something like that for these major teams when babies come in. Like they need therapy. They need therapists because a lot of times they go into these leagues and they have adverse childhood experiences. They have trauma. They have certain ways of dealing with things. And then they are thrown into the spotlight and they get punished for stuff that they never learned how to handle.
That's true. Okay, speaking of that, I got one more. So the Poole and Green Draymond, after he got punched, how you feel aftermath of all that situation going on?
Again, go ahead. What you about to say?
I felt like they never could squash it because Poole, you could tell the whole season he was not letting that go.
Yeah, and so you think about grudges, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People hold grudges. And then you think about people's trauma responses. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the fight trauma response, So usually when you have somebody who is a fighter and their trauma response is to fight, it is at some point in their life, they didn't feel physically and or emotionally safe. And when they had a situation, somebody abused them or somebody hurt them. And so now they got it in their mind that I got to get you before you get me. And so like, there's this hypervigilance that's inside of them that that they always waiting for the other shoe to fall. And so therefore, like, yeah, you know what, you got that off, but I got you. And so every time I see you, it's like that. And because I got to get you before you get me. You know what I mean? And that's often because, we seeing things through our traumatic experiences. And so therefore we're not able to be emotionally intelligent about it because we coming from a space where we feel like we got to protect ourselves. And so like, that's what I think happened in that situation. Is it right? No. But can you understand it? Definitely.
Man, that's right. You're true. But I'm like I said earlier, I'm keep saying this. I'm a true fan of yours. I respect the brand. I like the earrings, like the shirt and everything. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Like it's a fro under these braids.
And tell us more about your podcast. You do have a podcast, and let's talk about that.
Okay, and so I have a show called Khaos Conversations. And so Khaos Conversations is, a space where people get to heal and grow together, where we normalize mental health and mental wellness and normalize your story. Because at the end of the day, everybody got a story to tell. That's and cool. So like, I bring people on and we have conversations. So therefore, we talk about how you go from can't help acting out severely chaos, CHAOS, to keep healing and overcoming struggles chaos, KHAOS. What the journey looks like as you have learned how to create a new normal. Because that's the thing. People usually don't talk about it. People don't talk about the tears. They don't talk about the processing and purging. They don't talk about the grieving the losses of relationships. They don't talk about those things. All people really want to talk about is the glow up and the grow up. But yeah, What about that mess that you had to go through and grow through to get there?
Right. Dang, you speaking knowledge today. Dang, that's what's up. Oh man, so where can you find this show at? Where can you find it?
And so, right now we have it as a TV show and it's on Unheard TV. And so it is on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV. So you got a Fire Stick or Roku. Download the Unheard TV app, and then Khaos Conversations is there. And so you got the first season, and the second season drops on July 16th.
Man, I see you doing big things. I think big things.
Thank you.
So what keeps you focused into your mental health? What keeps you focused?
And so, like, just being honest, like, I just have a daily plan. Like, when I get up in the morning, I talk about intention, attention, and attitude. So I'm intentional. When I wake up in the morning, I make sure that I take the time, I meditate, I pray, I set my intentions for the day. Like, what do I want my day to look like? I work out. And so like I take care of my physical as well as my mental health. I'm very aware of the people that I have around me because I know that I'm a product of my environment. Things like that. I look at the pillars in life where we talk about mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, and financial health. And I make sure that I hit on those 5 every day. I try my best to be, the same across the board with all of them, but sometimes one get more than the other. But I always make sure I at least hit on all 5 every day.
Man, that's what's up. That's something I gotta do. I definitely gotta do.
Look, man, but you got to be intentional. You know what I'm saying? Because like I used to just be on autopilot, and when you do that, that's really a trauma response. When you just waking up to go to sleep, just kind of going through your day and just letting whatever happen, and it's not fair to you. And so it's like I just realized, like with chaos, we talk about intention, attention, attitude, being intentional about what you're doing, being aware of who and what you give your attention to, and then when those things negatively impact your attitude, you got to make a change.
Man, that's what's up, man. Food for thought, man. That's what's up, man. Gave me something to think about. I never knew. I ain't knew how important.
That's how it's supposed to be. We heal and grow together.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I like that. But I ain't gonna hold you up. This was what I tell you. I wasn't gonna keep you long, but I truly enjoyed you having on my podcast.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. I hope your listeners got something out of what I had to say. And look, I got to tell them, I got to do a plug. If y'all like what I had to say, please follow us on Instagram at Chaos Mindset.
Well, once again, it's good having you. And this is,